Hi Virgo, welcome. So Virgo, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's go ahead and get into it. So Virgo, when I was preparing for your reading, I was getting a very specific song that was actually stuck in my head the other day when I was talking to a Virgo. So I think that's really funny. But I think it's CeeLo Green, but I'm not entirely sure that's the artist. But he says, "Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy?" I know you know that song, Virgo. Does that make me crazy? And just like literally that part of the song has been like repeatedly in my mind since I sat down to do this reading. And so it could be that, you know, you're feeling a little bit crazy, or things are feeling a little bit crazy, or like, you know, maybe you're at this point where you're making decisions and considering things that maybe other people might think might think are crazy. Because I get the energy that I get from that when I was preparing for your reading is more of like, you know, like when you're talking to a friend about something you want to do and it makes complete sense to you, but maybe to another person it might sound a little bit off of the wall. I'm kind of getting that vibe, like where, you know, it's like, does that make me crazy? You know what I mean? Like, but like, who cares if you're crazy? Because nobody needs to understand you're crazy but you. You know what I mean? Like, and really at the end of the day, we're all a little bit crazy. We're just all crazy in our own crazy ways. So Virgo, let's go ahead and get into it and see. You already have some cards out here. Overall energy is Mercury, which is all about communication. This is talking about your words, your thoughts, how you communicate, new information, learning new, I heard learning new tools, okay, or trades, getting new ideas. There's a heightened awareness around this energy here, Virgo. And then in your crowning energy, you have the Fool and the Queen of Swords. So air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Aries energy showing up here. That could be in your chart. That could be influencing the reading, or it could be in the chart of the person you're connecting with. But this is talking about freedom, independence, taking a risk, putting yourself out there. The Fool card, it talks about innocence as well. Bringing a little bit of that childhood innocence to the table here, Virgo. And then I'm also getting like words like leap of faith. So there might be something going on in the current energy that requires some sort of leap of faith, or that you would like to go towards. And it doesn't even have to deal with this connection, but I feel like it does. But no matter what it is, it's just like this sense of like, it makes sense to you, Virgo, but it may not make sense to other people. But then again, like I said earlier, does that matter? You know, does it matter? If you live your entire life to be understood by others, you're going to live a life of misery, because most people will never, ever truly understand you from their vantage point. And that's because it's not their job to understand you. It's your job to understand you. Just like you, when you look out at the world, you understand people, but you never truly, truly know everything that's going on within a person at any given point in time, because you're not in their mind, you're not in their heart. And so while I think it's mature to have empathy, it's mature to be considerate, at the end of the day, the most consideration that you need to give is to yourself, Virgo, when it comes to making like important choices for yourself. Person you're connecting to has the Two of Cups, which is all about partnerships, relationships, and this is the soulmate card. So it could be that you feel a very strong bond with this person, or vice versa, or right now what's heavily highlighted in this person's life is partnerships, relationships, and this connection. And or, sorry, I got a piece of hair stuck to my lip. Sorry about that. All right, so Let's go deeper and see where this is headed, Virgo. And I have a little special guest with me in the background, Miss Daisy Dizzle. She's going to hang out with us today, Virgo. So we're going to look at the past, what led up to the now moment, how you're genuinely seeing each other and feeling underneath it all, and then most likely future outcomes for you, Virgo. So, energy leading in from the past. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. I don't know why this hair keeps bothering me, but I have the itchies. Okay, Knight of Swords. While I was pulling that card out, for some reason I felt like I wanted to say take a gander. And then the word Gander Mountain popped into my head. Is that an actual mountain or is that like a store? I think that's an actual place. I don't know why that's coming out. I don't know if that's significant to anybody. But if it is, great. Take it. If not, don't worry about it. It's a general reading. All right, so you have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So, okay. So what's showing up here in the recent past, Virgo, seems to be some regrets around something that was communicated or miscommunicated. I don't know if this is something you've given a lot of contemplation to or a lot of thought to, but there does seem to be like a heavy fixation on this of like, wanting to make something right, okay? And I don't know if that's coming from your side or this person's side, but I feel it mostly coming from your side, but take it as it resonates. There's definitely regret around communication. All right, and this is showing up in the past energy, like wishing, you know, you didn't say what you said or that you didn't say it a certain way, or again, that could be how this person was feeling in the past. But I feel like whatever this is, you've ruminated on this, Virgo, and you do tend to be a very analytical sign, so kind of similar to how an air sign would run through something through their mind. I feel like you've done that, and I'm actually getting that you ran it through the mud, which means you might have hyper-fixated on something that was done in the past or said in the past until like you literally, it became convoluted in your brain. And you know, the more you overthink something, the further you get away from the truth of what the situation actually is. It's just factual. It's kind of like the more times you retell a story, the farther away you get from the actual story of what actually occurred. And that's because our mind is not meant to stay fixated on things. It's meant to continually move forward. And so like when we recall something, the chances of us recalling it 100% as it happened is it becomes more and more slim the further we get away from the actual event. And it's just kind of how the human brain works, right? And our brain likes to insert details that may or may not have been pertinent, may or may not be true. So like be careful about reliving something here, Virgo, as you might actually muddy the waters and start to see that something not for what it is, what it really was, but as you're wanting to see it. Or I feel like your mind is playing tricks on you if you're sitting here ruminating on something for too long, all right? So I'm going to move away from that. But I feel like there's something here that you're having trouble moving away from. And this is showing up in the past energy, but I actually feel you still holding on to it somewhat. But, you know, again, take it as it resonates. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, I can't get away from it. And also you have the Page of Cups here, which sometimes talks about making amends or being remorseful or at minimum, like wanting to open up yourself again. Try again. They're giving me a song. You don't have to try so hard. All you got to do is try again. All right. Let's go into a person you're connecting with. What's their recent past for my Virgos? Recent past energy for Virgos. 10 of Cups. Whoa! That card shot out. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, the Strength card. What was it? The Wheel of Fortune, which is all about karma. All right, so in this person's recent past here, Virgo, I feel like they have been focused on things that are meaningful to them, things that they love, family, relationships, emotional fulfillment, this connection, if they find this connection emotionally fulfilling. I feel like this person is working on being stronger with what it is that they want, sticking to their guns when it comes to things that are important to them, as well as making progress. Okay, so the primary word is progress. There seems to be some sort of progression here in this person's energy. Maybe after going through a time period where they had some things to learn around relationships or around this connection. There is a karmic completion showing up here. And this person, because of what they've been through, having the strength to kind of put one foot in front of the other and make practical, realistic movements forward. So I don't feel like this person's in this space of like being airy fairy or in like some sort of fantasy. I feel like this is more so this energy of like actually putting their money where their mouth is, or making something into a practical reality, like taking practical steps towards what it is that they're wanting here, Virgo. Can't get away from that song, by the way. Does that make me crazy? All right, so let's go into perception and see how you perceive each other, Virgo. And keep in mind that perception is in the eyes of the beholder. So it may be how you see it, but it may not be how they see it, but we'll start there. 6 of Wands. Oh, I thought I saw a card flip. Yes, I did. The Lovers, the Empress, and the Knight of Pentacles. So when it comes to how you see this connection, Virgo, wow, intense attraction here, or intense connection, a lot of satisfaction showing up, and yet patience is required here, okay, with the Empress. You might be in this space of your own life where you're feeling more successful, or where you're looking for more of that in your life. You still have 2 cards of success here. But I feel like you get a lot of satisfaction out of just being around this person or being near this person, or vice versa. There's this softness to the energy as well. Like, I feel like this person may have the ability to soothe you, Virgo, or you, they, or there's like the soft energy around the connection. So if there has been things that transpired in the past that maybe needed amended, or you had regrets around, maybe even in a prior connection or a prior life, I don't know, may or may not have to deal with this person. I feel like as we come into the now energy, it's more of like the soft glow is what I keep hearing, a soft glow. Like, it doesn't seem as important as it used to anymore. Like, you're in this space where you're feeling maybe just lighter in general, or happier in general. And so, you know how like when something matters a lot to us, or we think it does, and we take it so hard or whatever, and then time goes by and you're like, yeah, I don't even care about that anymore. That was stupid, you know, or like that was like minor, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem that important anymore. Like, whatever has occurred in the recent past just doesn't seem that important as we go into the future energy, as we go into even the now energy. Yeah, like I get a sense of like that if there was something that was bothering you, you know, in the distant past or whatever, it's like a non-issue now, or it's like you've moved past something, okay? Let's go into this person's perception. The Tower, the Nine of Swords, the Six of Cups. Man, the Nine of Cups. And the King of Cups. All of a sudden, sorry. I'm not yawning because I'm tired. I felt my energy shift in my body. All right, so this person, wow, is definitely going through some energy shifts, changes. They have a lot of worry in their energy. This person could be worried over some big changes that are going on in their life. Could also be surrounded by or have to deal with their children or the past, as this card often represents the past, nostalgia, and also children. So there seems to be some concern around that. But I feel like whatever changes are coming through for this person, they're very positive, okay? So this person kind of is getting in their own way by letting their thoughts consume them, but not in the most positive way. And I want to go back to what I said earlier when I went on that rant about getting fixated on the past, because that may also resonate with your cross watcher. You all both could be doing that or have a tendency to do that. Because I feel like I heard tell a different story. So there's a worry in this person's energy that the past is going to repeat, or they're comparing or making some comparisons to the past. And so the encouragement that came through just now was to, okay, then tell a different story. If you don't want something to repeat in your life, and you are the author of your life, and you are, via your thoughts and what you give focus to, then tell a different story. If you don't like the story that you've been telling about yourself, tell a different story about who you are. So like that's this person's mantra, or the mantra that they're being encouraged to take on, is to tell a different story. Tell it how you want it. Tell it how you like it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we tell a story because we think that's factual of what we've been through or how other people perceive us. But if the story you're telling about yourself doesn't make you feel good, it's not a story worth telling. It doesn't matter how factual or how other people see it. You know what I mean? So this person is having to do like inner reflection around themselves and how they want to portray themselves, not to others, but to themselves. Like, how do they really feel about themselves? There's also that message here about portraying an image and kind of moving away from that mentality of the need to do that or the desire to do that, because truthfully, you can't help how people perceive you anyways. They're going to perceive you through their bias, through their experience, through their lens. And so again, we lose ourselves when we try to portray an image to appease other people, because you can't control how other people see you to begin with. I see now I have that song, but now for this person, and it's you don't have to try so hard. So let's go into the emotional space and see what's going on in the heart space for you, Virgo. The Chariot. Page of Wands. King of Cups. Woo! The King of Pentacles. That's your energy. And the Five of Swords. Ouch. So, Virgo, in your heart of hearts, underneath it all, what are you feeling? There is this desire for movement forward. Some of you, actual movement or travel. Movement towards a new beginning here with the Page of Wands. And this is on an emotional level. So I feel like you're ready to take it to the next level or move something to the next level on an emotional level, or that is the trajectory of the connection. And yet, here you are looking at what? A fear. Some of you have a fear of loss, abandonment, or rejection that seems to play a role in how vulnerable or unvulnerable you are in a connection. And I'm getting the word sabotage. So be careful with that energy, Virgo. Like, listen, we all carry triggers, okay? We all carry wounds, but it's when we let our triggers consume us that it has the ability to sabotage us. So, and yet I feel a hyperfixation on it. And I don't even know if you're intending to do this, Virgo. I don't think you're like sitting around like, yeah, I want to self-sabotage myself. No, but by I can't get the words out. But okay, if you hyperfixate on the things that you don't want, you are sabotaging yourself. No matter how critical or analytical you think you're being, you are projecting a fear. And when you project a fear, if you stay fixated on it for too long, you also will manifest that fear. So something to be aware of, because actually I feel the energy softening up again, and I see movement forward. I see new beginnings here, and coming to peace with something emotionally really is what's needed. So let's go into this person's emotional space then, Virgo, and see where they're at. 3 of Wands. 10 of Swords. Three of Swords. Wow, and then the Page of Wands. Why the 3 of Swords? All right, so, wow, okay. So the first thing I heard is creating space. And this is showing up in this person's emotions or heart space. So I feel like this person is trying to create space in their heart chakra here, or in their emotional life, for some sort of new beginning to come in, whether that be with this connection or just in general. There's some closure coming in around, sorry. Okay, hold on. Ew. Okay, what I was going to say before I got all choked up, which now that makes me think that there's a blockage in communication here, but is that there's some sort of closure that's needed around the heart space, around heartache, around endings that needs to happen before this person can truly move forward. And I feel like that is what they're wanting, movement forward, a new beginning, to manifest more romance into their life, as well as a sense of feeling more in control, okay? But it's like this person has to allow something to end, and now my right ear is ringing, has to allow something to end, and I mean energetically, emotionally is what I mean, in order for like this to progress into what they're wanting as the next level. And what they're wanting for their next level in their heart space is more romance, more love, more passion, the Emperor or the Empress type of energy, right? Okay, I don't mean to sound cheesy, but I heard I'm the chosen one. Sounds a little cheesy, right? That's what I heard. And then I'm also getting messages around like, you pick, you decide, you choose. So I don't know if like that's just where this person is at, where they need to pick or choose or decide, or if you do, Virgo, but those are the kind of like messages that I'm hearing. So let's go into the future energy and see. Sorry, my nose is itching. And keep in mind, all of the future energy can be changed with free will. Okay, you're in the driver's seat, no one else. The Moon, the Four of Swords. That make me crazy. The Tower. And the Three of Pentacles. So they had the Tower in their perception, and you have it in your future energy. So on an emotional level, big changes coming through, but these are really positive changes here, Virgo. That's why I was saying, like, you only have 2 negative cards in your deck, and both of them are fear-based, meaning that right now they're just worrisome thoughts or fearful thoughts, but they're not based in necessarily the reality of the situation. However, if you do hyperfixate for too long of a time on that, you'll manifest something around that fear. And so that's why I think I keep going on this spiel with you, Virgo, about being careful, you know, what you're lending your mind to. It's all right to assume positive intent, even if that's gotten you in trouble in the past. It's all right to take your, you know, learn what you need to learn, but then allow yourself to assume positive intent again. Allow yourself to become smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? So on an emotional level, there's some sort of healing coming in, and then some big changes. But these changes are going to allow for you to have more space to work on things, work on yourself, work on this connection. Like, it's bringing in like this more cooperative energy, and also this ability to maybe openly express yourself. So say that there was something that was done or said that you regretted in the past. You might have an opportunity to heal that during this time frame, or to bring some sort of amends around that, or possibly this person may have the ability to do that. But I just feel like they keep giving me that song. You don't have to try so hard, though. Like, this is not energy that you need to push or like make happen. I feel like it's bound to happen, right? Like, it's destined to happen. So it's all right to kind of move away from that energy and just enjoy yourself a little bit. Be in this more soft, loving energy. Help yourself to appreciate, you know, the beautiful things that are coming through for you, because I feel like this era of your life, and yes, they're saying era, I usually only read for the month, but this is a whole era apparently of your life, is based on your freedom to choose for yourself. Your freedom to choose for yourself, not to let others choose for you, not to let others sway your decisions, but to genuinely have the freedom to choose for self. And I'm hearing, don't mess that up. Really, that's not encouraging. No, you can't mess it up. Sorry, that was the message. You can't mess it up. You can't get it wrong. If you're prioritizing yourself, you know, and you can do it in a loving way. Prioritize yourself in a loving way. You can't go wrong. You only go wrong when you prioritize everyone else but you. Because they ain't doing it for you. I promise you that. Everybody wants to be the martyr these days and be like, look at all I'm doing for everyone. How come nobody's doing it for me? Because it isn't your job to care for everyone but yourself. It's your job to care for self, and everyone else on the planet is doing the same. Do not let them guilt you and make you think otherwise. Okay. You want to know why we're all self-oriented? Because you can't live outside of yourself. You can't pick yourself up and put yourself outside of yourself and be anywhere but in here. You're in this. You're in this body. You're feeling these emotions. You have one thing to tend to, and that is how you feel, and how you think. Your job is to protect self, and everyone else has that same job, to protect self. All right, anyways, I don't want to keep going on this rant. Holy crap. Okay, so this person This person has the 10 of Pentacles. And then what is all of this? So there's something that's happening on an emotional level here, Virgo, that maybe this person is unaware of, but there's some sort of truth coming to light here. So there is 100% something hidden or a secret coming to light. And it may have to do with this connection. It may not have to do with this connection, but it's going to throw this person through a loop. There is 110% something that's coming to light. And I'm going to try and see what that is. It could be connected to family, okay? Or their sense of security. Let me see what this was. Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? They're giving me the song Heard It Through the Grapevine. Heard it through the grapevine. Oh, that's so funny because I was just saying earlier, you know how when you retell a story, it gets further and further from the truth, kind of like a Chinese telephone, and now I'm getting the song Heard It Through the Grapevine. Okay, there's something coming through to this person that may or may not be 100% the truth, because I feel like it's gone through some channels or it's coming through a third party or through the grapevine. But it is bringing some sort of truth or clarity that they weren't aware of. And I'm not getting if this is positive or negative, but I want to say it's not something that was expected. And then because of this, it causes someone to either loosen up or let go and focus more on themselves. What in the world? What is this about? Yeah, it throws this person into this space of wanting to work on themselves more or needing to work on themselves more. It may have them a little bit all in their head or detaching from the connection. I heard temporarily, so I don't think it will be long. And it's the Star card so that they can heal and get back on their feet. So there's something that's coming through that's throwing this person through a loop. But it's for their highest good, all right? Because the Star wouldn't be here. It somehow impacts the connection, or it's about the connection. There is this energy of this person keeping it to themselves. I'm not sure they'll be forthright with this, Virgo, as to what it is that they're learning about. Because I'm getting a lot of isolation vibes. So this person may keep it isolated or to themselves for a while, but that's because they're going through some sort of healing or maturation process around it. But ultimately, there will be communication because the overall energy is the card of communication. Wow. And yet, I feel like it might rock this boat a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of stability around this person or around the connection, so not much. And I tried to clarify what it was, and I'm not really getting the full details because there's too big of a group here, so it's going to be different for each of you. But I feel like by the end of this time frame, you're definitely going to know what's up, or your person definitely is. So let's see what the guidance is. You have memories, and they have light. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So there's that like nostalgic memory type of energy that I felt earlier, okay? Which kind of goes very well with what this reading was completely about. And then this person has light. Imagine yourself as being composed of energy and light, because that's what you are. You're powerful and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you are. So there's kind of this message about like this person reclaiming themselves, refining themselves, and there's some sort of news something that's been hidden that's about to come to the surface here as well, that's going to bring some clarity around the connection, but is ultimately for the highest good for both of you. So, wow, Virgo. Very interesting zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Aquarius energy, Taurus, Pisces, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos over there. Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you'll find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.